Good. Get ourselves started. Thank you, everyone, for joining the October Share Network monthly community partner meetings. Appreciate all of you being here. I know today, I just realized today was Indigenous Peoples Day, and a lot of our community organizations, our partners here, are off. I was thinking about that when my little one was off, so we may be a smaller group, but regardless, we'll still send out emails. We'll still make sure we get connected to everyone. Slowly but surely, we've got a few that are jumping in here today. Again, happy October. Hope you're all doing well. Very excited to have you join us. We do have a smaller agenda today, but we've still got some great information. And I know a lot of you are out there that want to share some of the wonderful programs that are coming our way. So we thank you all for joining as always. Um, and the reason that we host these, is truly a place to keep us all connected. We want this special time to hear about your programs, share our resources, and all within the aging community. Again, we love having our presenters that are able to bring not only education, but resources in all these different ways, but help support the healthy aging of older adults around us. So before I get started, is there anyone that may not be able to stay the entire time and has resources or any information that they want to share ahead of time?
Rennie, I would have to step out early if I don't know if that works on the agenda.
You are actually who I'm going to be introducing in just a moment. So give me just a moment and we'll get you settled in here. But thank you. All right. Sounds good. Well, again, since no one has anything to share right off the bat, we are going to have Copal. That's how I say your name, correct? Okay. We are going to be having Copal join us, and wanted to give you a little bit of information and background. Copal is the program director. And for program in oral health for the Center for Health and Social Sciences. To give you a little bit more information, she provides strategic dental insights to the development and implementation of various oral health projects. She's here to tell you a little bit about some programs that she has available and would like to see if anyone would be interested, if you could share this out in the community. So I'm going to hand this on over to her and then let her kind of get started. Copal, thank you for joining us.
Great. Thank you, Rennie. Thanks a lot. And thank you for that kind introduction. I'm Kopal Mathur. I'm the program director for the program in oral health, overall health and well-being at the Center for Health and Social Sciences. We like to call it CHESS at the University of Chicago. And I've been with the program for about 8 years. And what we do within the program is basically run research and research education training programs. A lot of clinical research, so to say, for kind of improving oral health. Our ultimate goal is improving oral health of the community and also how we can integrate oral health in systemic health and things like that. So that's broadly what we focus on. That's why we call it like not just program in oral health, but program in oral health, systemic health, and overall well-being, because that's how we think about oral health, not mouth is separate from the body. So I just wanted to share with this group, we have a very novel research project that we are currently doing in where we are our goal is to study, our primary objective is to study if we offer no fee basic dental care to older adults, how we want to see its effects on their overall quality of life. I do have a presentation. I don't know if we want to do that, but I wanted to talk more to all of you and keep it interactive, engaging, and wanted to talk about how we can involve community partners and how we can better support communities, just not for this project, but also understanding needs from the community related to oral health and how can we serve better. So yeah, I'm not going to share my screen with slides or something unless anyone particularly wants. But yeah, I would love to hear mostly questions and answer questions if you, um if anyone has. So for this program, like I said, we are offering no fee basic dental care to older adults and seeing its effects on their quality of life. How the study program works is basically we are recruiting participants who are 50 and older. So I think that very well aligns with all the partners that are who have joined today. We're looking at older adult population and those who don't have routine basic dental coverage receive care at the University of Chicago, be it primary care or specialist care, and and not on Medicaid. So, or eligible for Medicaid. That's one of our eligibility criteria, and our goal is to screen patients based on this eligibility criteria. And if they are eligible for the study, we um, consent them and they get randomized into one of the three treatment arms. And I'll step back a little bit what the background and motivation for this study is. There have been long-standing associations between oral health and systemic health. There are a lot of studies on how oral health affects systemic health. Like we say, oral health affects your cardiovascular health, your gut health, and uh, um yeah, Alzheimer's, cognitive health. So there has been a lot of association between oral health and systemic health, but what needed more evidence is on causal relationships of what exactly is causing. So for that you do randomized controlled trials basically, and that's what we are hoping is to identify like exact causal relationships between how if we treat oral health, how can we improve maybe your like I said, the systemic health diseases. The other thing we've done preliminary studies of cost being a big barrier to accessing oral health and also like insurance coverage, cost, high costs of care, and reasons a lot of times people end up in ED for receiving dental care because there's not an established dental provider or they don't know where to access this dental care. So we've done preliminary studies at U Chicago to identify those needs in our community, and that's what motivated us to build this study is basically those two things of causal relationship. That's why it's a randomized trial, and also cost being a barrier. We're offering no fee dental care only as part of this study to a third of our participants. And I just want to emphasize is not everyone does get free dental care from our program, but we do share if you are not randomized in one of those groups that does not receive free dental care, there are options like we provide resource guides of where you can go based on what insurance coverage you have. So like I said, our goal is not just to have like, hey, can we have participants in the study, but more so even offer resource guides like, hey, these are the dentists you can go to. If you have this kind of insurance, you can go to this dentist and those kinds of things. So we do offer all of those things as well. Again, this involves, there are other things we do in the studies. There are survey collections, some to study cardiovascular health, we do blood collection, but that's all done at U Chicago. And our goal is, as I said, our goal is to, through surveys, is understand what the relationship between oral health and overall quality of life is, and with other factors of their objective oral health, their self-reported oral health, objective systemic health, and self-reported systemic health, and association between oral microbiome and gut microbiome. I know I am just giving you an overview. There's a lot of detail to the program. I just want to be mindful of time, but also if are there any questions or any groups that we do host community events, we go to even senior buildings, we put up our flyers, posters, and we even can have the resources to even come to senior buildings or a clinic or depending on wherever church is. We've done these events in the past, so we can even come up there, set up our own table and screen for participants that way, and again offer all of these resources there. So we do have all of these options to discuss, and wanted to just put it out there for anybody who's interested in working with us or has any ideas of how can we better integrate and help each other. I think that's one of the goals that I understood from Rennie about these meetings is to just talk to each other, share what's going on and how we can help communities. So yeah, Regina, go ahead. You have a question. I see your hand raised.
Thank you. Great information. I might have missed it. For the participants in the study, is there like a incentive or a stipend, or is the resource information what they would receive?
So we do have two things to that. One is we feel if some of our participants do get no fee dental care, that is in itself an incentive, and we really want to encourage, and we don't but we do offer rebates if you are enrolled in the study. You do get some partial rebates for any care that you receive outside of our clinic. So even if participants were enrolled in our study, they're not they can still seek care wherever they are comfortable with any other dental provider, any private dental provider, and we do offer 10% of their out-of-pocket cost rebates. And we also offer compensation for surveys that are completed. And if they come in person for the in-person study visits, they do get transportation reimbursement up to a certain amount.
Okay, super. Now, is there a minimum age?
Yeah, so it's 50 and older. I'm just going to share my brochure really quickly on the screen here, so that might answer some of your questions. But
Can
here is
can I put
broadly our
the
eligibility criteria on the left of the screen. Sorry, Rennie,
can
go
I
ahead.
can I put
Yeah.
your flyer in the chat, the one that you shared with me?
Oh,
Is
sure.
that okay? Okay, perfect. I'm going to put that for everyone in there too. So you have it to take home. And I will also send that on over to everyone too, just so you know.
Thank you.
Great. Any other questions, anyone now? Or yeah, feel free to. I can even put my email in the chat. So if anybody wants to reach out to me with any questions, I'm happy to.
I have a question.
Uh,
Hi, my name is Karen Graham. I'm from Rush, one of the ITM institutions, and I'm wondering, is there a chance that you will expand it to the ITM institutions as well, not just USC, to invite people to be part of the study?
That's a great question. And the PI for this study is Dr. David Meltzer, if you know, he's the ITM at U Chicago. But we have been talking about that, and we have been exploring that. If you have, we can certainly talk more about that and how that would work. That's we are more than open to. In fact, I think during COVID or right at the start of COVID, we did start that process, and then as everyone knows, like everything shifted, but that's definitely something we want to do. Karen, would you be the person who would, or do you know anybody at Rush who would, you could
Yes.
introduce me and we could talk more about that collaboration?
Yes, we actually have several faculty who are part of the ITM or co-PIs for it, Dr. Lisa Barnes, Dr. Zoe Avrantakis, Dr. Raj Shah. So one of those three would be the people, and I'll be in the office tomorrow, so I can ask.
Great, that would be wonderful. Thank you so much, Karen.
I have a question or comment. Hi, I am Brantley with Body Part Senior Fitness Foundation. It's a non-for-profit since 2000, although we've been working since 1991 with seniors. How long does your research project last?
So enrollment lasts for 2 to 5 years, depending on the group that participants are randomized to. So we have a target of enrolling 1,900 participants in the study, out of which 1/3, so a little over 600 participants are enrolled in the study for 2 years, and the remaining almost 1,200 participants or so are recruited for 5 years in the study. And if you are in one of the no fee groups who receives dental care, that's for 5 years. So yeah.
Okay, I would probably be interested in maybe, I didn't see the flyer yet in the chat, but maybe I can take that information and pass it out to our participants in the program. When I say the program, we've been with U of C for 20 years, and I can talk about that at the end. I had a question for Renee, blah, blah, blah. But that's what I'm referring to when I said we can pass it out to participants. We have several sites that we work with seniors in terms of exercise, wellness, and sharing education information regarding health is always a part of our platform.
Great, that would be wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And again, Cobalt, what I'll do is I'll take this flyer, and if there's any other information you want us to share, I try to add that into our follow-up email for this meeting, especially for those that weren't able to attend, to make sure everyone gets that. And anyone else that sends me some flyers, Regina, I see you sent me one, so I'm going to put that in our chat, but I'll also throw that in there. And with our newsletter, I will get those. If there's other things that I get before our newsletter goes out, I can try and add those in different places as well. So we try to put as much information as we can in that newsletter, because those resources are so important. So we appreciate you all bearing with us as we're trying to put all those. Every month is a little bit different, but for sure we will send those out, because this network is growing and we want to make sure everyone can share these great resources.
Great. Yeah, definitely, Rennie. I can share more stuff. I do have some one-on-one questions in the chat, which I will stay on to answer. But I just want to say here in general for everybody is, if you are a part of a program or a center or anything where you have you think we could come and table and talk to maybe a smaller group or a big group one day, or you have some activity coming up or some event coming up, do definitely reach out and let us know. And even if we haven't done it in the past, doesn't mean we won't want to explore that. So yeah, definitely it could be some unique opportunity that we would love to be a part of. So thank you so much for listening to me, and look forward to working with some of you in the future.
Thank you for joining us. We're so glad that you're able to share this. I know, again, I always come back to being a social worker, and I love hearing these types of resources, because this is what we need to hear. We need to be able to spread this word and get that out to the larger community. So however we can do it, we're going to do it, and be loud about it. And just a couple quick questions. I know somebody asked about the newsletter. We typically try to send out our newsletter, the very first full week of the month. And we try to get as much information as we can, trying to throw in some articles, trying to throw in any information that you may send us, if it's flyers or events. We're trying to do that, but don't want it to be too long either. If you have something, I have already sent out our newsletter, and if you haven't gotten it, just send me a message. I will put my email address in here. You should have received it, but I'm going to put my email address as well into the chat. And what you can do is just send me your flyers. We'll get those in there, but this will have to be for November's and December's and going forward. But again, if you send it to me before the end of the week, I can make sure it gets out to everyone with this information about our meeting today. So hopefully that will help you. And Jeanette, did that answer your question? Beautiful. Okay, sounds good. And I'm seeing a few names that popped up that haven't received the newsletter. If you could just send me an email, I'd appreciate it. That way I can make sure that I get that in there and pop your email addresses. I have a huge long list, and I'm surprised if some of you haven't gotten it. But shoot me a message and I'll make sure it gets in there. And Regina, did you want me to pop your flyer into our chat today, the one that you shared with me?
Oh, sure. Thank you.
Absolutely. I'll give you a space to absolutely talk. But before you do, Sarah, I see you hopping in here. I've got a couple people that I know we wanted to chat. Okay,
Yeah.
but really quick before we go into everyone, I want to finish just one last thing here. All these flyers and all these things, we truly appreciate you sending us information. And working on this newsletter, we've learned that we really want to be able to give you all of the information that makes sense for you. So we've sent out a survey and we're trying to understand what makes more sense for our newsletter. So if you've gotten a survey recently, please fill it out. Feel free to, obviously be honest. Let us know, what are you looking for when it comes to the newsletter? What kind of resources, what kind of events? That helps us also shape it and making sure we're capturing everything as possible. There's a lot of good things out there. Jeff, anything that I may have missed in sharing about our newsletter that you want to add?
No, it's a quick survey. It went out on Friday. So yeah, just check your inbox if you've got less than a minute. Just sort of it tells us a little bit about you and a little bit about yeah, how our newsletter's being used. So thanks a lot.
Yeah, we appreciate you, and we just want to hear your voices in this process because, again, that's a big part of it, and that's how we know that we're making sure that you and your community are also getting covered. So thank you. And again, if there's anything that we've missed, email it to me. I apologize if I've missed it for some reason. Again, trying to get so many of those flyers in there, but we will eventually make sure they're all in there. And Sarah, you're here, and I know you had a program that you wanted to share a little bit about. So I'd love to give you the floor so you can share a little bit of information. Tell us a little bit about yourself and about the program.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah Chen. I am a clinical social worker at Rush with their Movement Disorders Clinic. And I am a part of a study team that is working on a caregiver education intervention for caregivers whose loved ones have Lewy body dementia, which comprises both dementia with Lewy body, Parkinson's disease with dementia, or even Parkinson's disease, but not a formal dementia diagnosis. So their care partner may be noticing that a loved one is having changes with cognition or experiencing some hallucinations, but don't have a formal dementia diagnosis. They still could potentially be eligible for this program. And the program is specifically for care partners. It's a national study that's funded by the National Institutes on Aging. And this is a really unique opportunity. It's the first study the National Institute on Aging has funded specifically for caregiver work related to like neurodegenerative disease. So it's a 12-week virtual intervention, and we're enrolling both experienced care partners and care partners who are newer in their journey as a care partner. And they'll be randomized kind of 1-to-1 into a lighter touch intervention or a little bit more intensive intervention. Both intervention groups or both groups get an intervention. So both groups are getting education, resources, and support. So it's not a traditional control group that isn't receiving anything. We recognize that this population, there's such a deep need for resources and support and education. So both groups get education, and we are actively enrolling. So I shared a flyer and I can include the website. We're really trying to reach caregivers across the experience, both earlier in their journey, but also care partners who are traditionally underrepresented in research. So because we're national, we're working on recruiting rural dwelling caregivers, male caregivers who are often underrepresented, and historically underrepresented minorities as well. So we also have an educational program. So if you're in the community and you would like an educational program that's related to kind of Parkinson's disease dementia or Lewy body dementia for your community, we'd be more than happy to offer education. But the website that we have has a longer explanation. So if you have people who are curious and want to learn more, there's a video on our website where people can learn more. They can always, you or anyone interested can always reach out to the study team. we're here in Illinois, or we're here in Chicago, so we're Central Time, but it's across the country in U.S. territories. So there is compensation for participation that's kind of staggered over the course of their involvement in the study, but we really hope that we've heard educational curriculum has really been informed by care partners. There were 2 previous pilots that have had a caregiver advisory panel across the way. So their curriculum has been modeled and shaped by care partners. And so we hope that participants will find it useful. But I'll put the link in the chat. And if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer them, or otherwise you can connect with me offline too.
Thank you, Sarah. We appreciate it. Definitely, again, share information, whatever you can. And I know you sent me some information, so I'll make sure to include that when I send out my email as well. So thank you very much. Yeah. And Jeanette Coleman, you were interested in sharing a little bit about United Rehab Providers and some of the services you offer. Please feel free to share those resources.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you all are doing well. So I am the outreach specialist here at United Rehab Providers. We also, our doctor and director, Dr. Syed Yusuf, is on the call with us. So I just wanted to kind of introduce our program and introduce us as providers. We are contracted with the Department on Aging and with the Veteran Association, while also accepting private pay participants. So we do offer adult day services and in-home services. So right now we're really trying to push our adult day services to let all of our participants know that we are accepting referrals and that we are in the community having something for our seniors to do instead of sit at home all day with their in-home services. Although it's nice, we know some of them would like to get back out into the community and socializing with other seniors. And we're trying to make sure that they see that we are having that go on and that they don't have to stay at home anymore. It's safe to come out to our center and join us and participate in the things that we have going on. Our facility does offer transportation to and from home. For our seniors, we have a registered nurse on staff along with a licensed CNA to assist our clients whenever they have any issues like that. We have breakfast, lunch that comes with the program. It is made fresh every day. We have a nutrition that prepares the menus for us for all of our special diet clients so that we are following their diets. Our in-home services offers, of course, the basic like housekeeping, personal care, errands that our participants need ran if they can't do themselves, escorts to appointments, just making sure that they're safe in their homes and receiving the care that they need. So that's what we offer here. And we offer a lot more, but I kind of just wanted to give a quick, brief introduction to us and what we offer, just because we're not new to the community, but a lot of our participants are still, COVID happened and they're a little bit iffy. So we kind of want to just come out and show and say, you can come out to our services and we will gladly accept you. We do offer half days, full days, and even if they just want to come out and tour the facility just to see how things are set up, we offer that as well. And with me being outreach, I do take the opportunity to help our clients be a part of the programs, whichever one they would like. I help them get their things together so that we make sure that they are eligible for these programs and don't have to waste their time trying to figure out if they're denied or approved. I help them go through kind of like the pre-process of things just to make sure they're ready for what's needed. We are located over in Oakland on West 95th Street. So we're pretty much close to everything in the heart of the community. We service pretty much most of the Chicagoland area. So we are here and we're just trying to say hello and kind of get our face out there in the community and communicate and connect with so many other providers that's out there, because we do want you all to come out and speak to our seniors. And we do want to involve adult day and in-home service in these type of things.
Thank you so much for sharing that. That's another great resource too. And if there's information that you can pop into an email for me, send me a quick email, and I will be able to put that as a blurb quickly in that email as well. So we want to share those types of things. It's really important to get out there. And yeah, thank you for joining. We
Of
appreciate it.
course. I'll shoot you an email.
Beautiful. Thank you so very much. All right. And Sarah's got her information about her program in there. So many great things going on. What a great team. I'm just so thankful for all of you to be able to put these resources together and to be able to share this with everyone. Anyone else have anything they would like to say? I believe Dr. Brantley, you had a resource you wanted to share as well. I know you've got a great program.
Yes, I do. I want to thank all those that attend. We had a reach out from a couple of researchers that were interested in working with our seniors, and so we're trying to make ourselves available as best as we can. I do want to share in the chat, and I'll just do that right now. I'm not sure if you're aware that we do have a virtual platform that anyone is able to share, as I'm quote unquote doing here. And that's to help those. Actually, we started with COVID when we were land-based at the Museum of Science and Industry Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And after post-COVID, we're just there on Mondays. But they do have a walking group, and that's early in the morning from 7 to about 9:30, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I hope that this information will be of interest and utilized, because it's free. So seniors, they love to hear that word. We have been with the University of Chicago for 20 years, and we are celebrating our 20th year with them. I am now a senior. I wasn't when I started, but I am a senior now. We exercise with them together side by side. And this might be a selfish plug, but I was hoping our group could be featured on next year's shared directory. So I did put a picture attached in there. It says UCM funded, meaning that they have sponsored our program for 20 years, which is unbelievable. It's such a good resource, and I'm so proud to just say, tell seniors to come and exercise. We have, like I said, land-based other sites. I probably should have put my link tree in there, which I can do, and that'll give you LINKTR. Excuse me for not having that in there, but I just created that. BODYRGS. There are so many platforms to market your information, and I found the link tree was helpful actually from working with U of C. Gives you an opportunity to say, okay, I'm not interested in this, but I'm interested in that. Can you send me this? Can you send me that? So that has all of our sites and locations where land-based you can exercise free, and once again, virtually you can exercise free. And the age is for seniors, but sometimes they do bring their grandkids. And so we change it into intergeneration because we don't like to turn anyone away. We do have waivers, if you will. The instructors are certified, and the space is ultimately safe. And I think that's a concern that a lot of the seniors have, especially if they're traveling to different locations. But the Linktree has all of my information, and if you have any questions, please let me know. I usually try to take this information and share it, as I said, with our participants, and usually they do. If they're interested, they'll follow up.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Yes. And I know your program has been longstanding. We've got that in our newsletter too about the exercise programs. So thank you again for sharing that and sharing the photo. We can talk outside of the meeting and talk a little bit about, our next resource guide and, what that could look like. But I appreciate you sharing that photo because it is a wonderful photo. So hopefully everybody got a chance to click on that and see.
Thank you. I just point out that the flyer has been updated and the link has been updated. And yes, thank you for including it in your newsletter. But I just want to make sure that when they click on that, they get correct information. And so that's why I'm putting it back again, because it has been updated along with the flyer.
Fantastic. Thank you. I will make sure we'll get that updated in our system as well. So I appreciate you sharing that knowledge too with us.
Very much. I look forward to your follow-up regarding my inquiry about the directory.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Nicole, Nicole, I see Nicole Reedy. I see you with your hand raised. Please go ahead. I see you also shared a flyer here.
Yes, thank you so much, Renee. Hi everyone, my name is Nicole. I'm the social worker here at the University of Chicago in the Department of Neurology. I shared a flyer. We are having our Connecting Through Art program. So we've always done virtual art therapy. However, this is our first in-person art therapy program. It is for individuals with Parkinson's disease along with their care partner. And we are having it at Augustana Lutheran Church. The program is completely free. It is October 24th from 10:30 to noon, and you don't have to bring anything. You don't have to have any prior experience. Everything will be provided for you, and we're focusing on watercolors and mindfulness. So all you have to do is just send me an email. I have put the flyer in the chat. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm making sure that's downloaded too. So many great bits of information here. Okay. All right. Anyone else? Any other great programs? Keeps getting better and better today. I feel like every time we have one of our community partner meetings, I feel like we're growing and learning more about each other. Miss Susan, I see you. Please go ahead.
Okay, well, this isn't exactly directly health related, but it is. We're having a volunteer fair on the 22nd at Augustana from 3 to 6, and I will send you the flyers for that. The objective, of course, is to connect all of your worthy causes that need volunteers with people who are interested in volunteering. So it's open to all and it's free, and it's from 3 to 6 at Augustana.
That is wonderful. That is wonderful. I think that's a great opportunity, especially in the community where individuals are looking to stay busy and wanting to, be part and take part in these programs, but also do good and support and help others. So wonderful opportunity. And yes, please make sure to continue sharing that so I can get that out to our network. Thank you. All right. Any other programs coming about? No, not today. Okay. Well, we may end a little early today.
I'm sorry,
Just
so it's Regina. Should I go ahead and share?
oh yes, please go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Great meeting. Good to see everybody's faces. Just wanted to invite everyone out to our first Senior Social Cafe, as we're calling it. It's going to be held on November 22nd. That's a Friday from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at Access Center for Discovery and Learning, which is at 5139 South Ashland. We do have a parking lot. We want it to be interactive for our older adults. This is part of the older adult programming that we are trying to launch and just have something in the community. So this site sits right on the border of New City and Inglewood. So we are looking forward to having that. So if people that are not English speaking come, we will have someone who'll be able to translate. We're going to have just some networking, some socializing, fellowship, fun, music. They're going to do a smoothie demo. And we're also going to partner with one of our partners, so try to send everyone home with a bag of some food that they can take home with them, some healthy food that they can take with. So the flyer might be in the chat. Feel free to let us know if you have anyone who you want to come out and join us and just have a nice afternoon. We start early and end early, so everybody can get back home while it's still daylight. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. And let me put that flyer right here. Give me just a moment. Get that up into, here it comes, our fall Senior Social Cafe. And thank you, Lucas. You shared about the volunteer fair. Perfect. So many great things here. Okay. All right. Anybody else I may have missed? I apologize if I've missed anyone that wanted to share anything. Again, if you haven't received our survey, please keep an eye out for our survey. We definitely want to make sure that we're, tailoring our newsletter to all of you and making sure we're getting all those resources that you need. And thank you for joining us. We know today was a little bit early, but again, filled with so many great resources, so many different wonderful events. Thank you for all that you do for the community in terms of the programs and all that you're doing to find those resources and support and services for all the older adults that truly need and will benefit from all of these. Having individuals in this network that are as passionate as we are here at the Share Network truly makes a difference. So we appreciate you. We appreciate the collaboration, all of the work that you're doing for it as well. Please take good care and stay warm. And thank you again for joining us today. Look forward to the email with all of your resources coming your way. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.